Like, I'm Hugo, I'm from Sweden, I stop pucks.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Post podcast. With me, as always, is my buddy Chris Ronan. How's your night going?
Doing good, man. How's things for you?
It's going well. It's going well. Setting up over here for the podcast. We got a few things we need to talk about this week. Do you
Excited for the preseason, man?
Oh, man. Starting Sunday. We got a bunch of stuff going on. Next Friday, when we'll be recording, fucking like 10 games going on? 10 games? Fucking nuts. So hockey is back in action, baby. You ready?
Feels like we just finished, right?
Yeah, it feels like we literally just be like, oh, now what do we do? And now we're just like,
shortest off season of my life, man. This is nice. I love it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. It's what we want. Content, baby.
Yeah, man. So we got some signings this week here. Nolan Patrick signed a 2-year, $2.4 million contract with Vegas. Nolan Patrick's been in the league since 2017 with the Flyers. His first two seasons, he put up 13 goals and 18 assists. Not a very fast player, but at 23 years of age, 6'2", brick wall on the ice. He produces a lot of solid hits and solid plays on the ice, don't you think?
Yeah, I like it. See any videos of him, Nolan Patrick, playing? This kid's fucking young as shit. He's tall, but not that big. But you see players just running into him and just like gets slammed right onto the ice. Big dude. So kind of want Vegas. Good pickup for Vegas. Kind of a name that no one really knows. I'm sure if you're a Flyers fan and hear Nolan Patrick, you're like, you know who he is. But for a lot of people when they saw the sign, like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know him because, as I say many times, that the Flyers just continually let me down. But I did like this player a lot. The one thing I don't know is if he's a forward or a defenseman. He's a center. Nice. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that is a good pickup for Vegas to add to the depth in the lineup.
Right. Moving on, another signing that was pretty big this week, too, was Zdeno Chara signing a 1-year undisclosed contract with the Islanders. Chara back with the team that he broke into with the NHL this is 20 years ago. So he broke into the NHL with the Islanders back in 2000, so 20 years ago. Or 21. Holy shit. Oh, fuck world. So we all know what Chara can do. He played with the Washington last season with 2 goals and 8 assists with an average time on ice of 18 minutes and 19 seconds, which was what he was looking for before leaving the Bruins, and the Bruins couldn't give it to him. This might be Chara's last season. We see this time and time again where players sign their last year a 1-day contract to retire with the team they started with or had more of an impact with. And at 44 years of age, we could see it. It'd be kind of cool to see him retire with the Islanders, but at the same time, I feel like you see Zdeno Chara and you see a Bruins spoke B on him instead of like an Islanders. What do you think about when you see him?
Yeah, and I think that's more because he lifted the cup with Boston than anything else. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he was the captain in Boston too, so that's definitely a factor in it. But when he first started in the league, you were like, holy fuck, this guy's huge. And I think he was on Ottawa for a little bit too, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, he's been around more than you think.
So he was on, in 2000, he broke in the NHL with the New York Islanders for 1 year, went to Ottawa Senators for 1 year, and then the Bruins picked him up, and that's pretty much been his career in Boston, which is crazy to see. I remember when he got traded, and the Bruins kind of let him go. I was like, fuck, he's been here for ages, man. 2007, I think it was, when he moved. I'm like, wow.
Physical freak, too. I mean, I could see him becoming not like as long as a Chara, as a Yager or a Tom Brady, but he's that kind of like physically fit guy that he'll play longer than he should. And even with like his size, you expect a player like that to deteriorate a lot faster than most other players.
Right.
He hasn't.
So good for him. Moving on, we got Rasmus Dahlin. He signs a 3-year, $18 million contract with Buffalo. After coming into the league in 2018 and at the age of 21, Dahlin has already made an impression. He's a 6'3" defenseman that can shoot cannons from the blue line, perfectly place a redirect shot into traffic, or find a man on the ice for a tape-to-pay pass or a one-timer. Oh, did I mention he's also a quick skater, too? Buffalo knows what they have with him, and if Buffalo did anything right this offseason, it's this. I love this signing. Again, Buffalo not really doing much this offseason, but this was a good move for the Buffalo Sabres and their whole, what the hell you want to call this, revamp, this whole thing that they're going through.
Yeah, it's a hard rebuild, but I think you got to spend money somewhere, and Dahlin's definitely a good player to lock up. I'm sure he's happy with 3 years. Like, I don't want to get too bogged down here. Like, I feel like Eichel spent too much of his career waiting for Buffalo to turn it around, and they never did. So I think Dahlin kind of sees the the red flags with this relationship. And
Right.
says, yeah, 3 years is probably the right terms, and $6 million is pretty good for a player like that. He's gonna do really well for them this season.
Right. Maybe he's thinking take this 3 years as a Buffalo Sabre, play 3 more years in the NHL, maybe veteran up here, learn from the vets, and get his game going to the point where after 3 years, you never know. He's a great player, but maybe one of the greats, and then sell high for the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, he's probably like one of the top 50 defensemen in the league right now, I'd say.
Oh, easily.
I'd probably put him up there.
Easily. Moving on to goalie signings, we have Elvis Merzlikins. He signed a 5-year, $27 million contract with the Blue Jackets. Elvis, who has taken the reins as a starting goalie role in Columbus, is well deserving of this, and it's telling us Columbus wants to keep him their number one. Only being in the league for 2 years with Columbus, he's already made a splash, averaging a .920 save percentage and 2.54 GAA with 7 shutouts. He and Jonas Korpisalo have been a dynamite goalie tandem in the league. Korpisalo now coming up in the last year of his contract this season. Will be interesting to see what Columbus does. I love this combo. Columbus has really been on the rise here. Would you say that Columbus was one of the teams we were talking about that's kind of missing like their one thing to really push them through, or are they missing a few keys?
I think Columbus might have been missing one thing in the past. I think that the last 2 or 3 years, they're missing a lot more than one thing, and now you have Seth Jones leaving, your top defenseman. So I think they're going to be the next team to start looking at a rebuild, and locking down a young goalie like Elvis Merzlikins, who can, really be the backbone of your organization, is definitely a smart move for that. And I also think 7 shutouts in 2 years is fucking insane. That's really good, especially when you look at the 2 years being really a year and a half because of the shortened season too.
Right.
And I think when it comes to Jonas Korpisalo, he's got his contract coming up at the end of this season, you said. I think that they should try and move him and get something for him before he can walk at the end of this season.
Oh, easily. Jonas Korpisalo is another great goalie. I don't know if Elvis Merzlikins is helping him out, but I love this goalie tandem. And you're right. If Columbus is trying to do like a little rebuild here to push them past more rounds in the playoffs, Jonas Korpisalo would be a great move to grab at least 2 guys, maybe a guy and a great draft pick. I don't know, but yeah, they got to.
I'd say Korpisalo is showing Merzlikins the ropes. If anything, he's been around a lot longer than Merzlikins has.
Yep.
But yeah.
So
they remind me of like a Nashville. Sorry to jump in.
No, that's fine.
Like the pairing that you had with Rene and UC Saros.
UC Saros. Yep.
I feel like they're both similar.
Doing well. Tandems, buddy. Tandems. 1A, 1B. We've been talking about this since our first episode, I think. So should we move on to the last one?
Best for last, baby.
The best for last here. Guess what happened this week? We have Kirill the Thrill. He signed a 5-year, $45 million contract with the Wild. We were talking about this guy for weeks now. The speculation, what he will do with either playing for the KHL or Wild this season, and we finally got the answer. Let's go through some stats on Kirill to show why he's so big. Last year, his rookie year, he led all rookies in goals with 27, was second in assists with 24, first in the league for points with 51, first in the league with shots with 157 shots, and second in the league with power play points with 13, all compared to other rookies last season.
And the one part that isn't included here is what he did in the playoffs for the Wild, too. He really stepped up. And really pulled his own weight, in the postseason, which is
huge.
Good to see.
Huge, especially as a rookie. But here's where things get interesting in a hockey sense. Kirill might just had a great season and might shit the bed for the rest of his contract, but will he be a player that we think he's going to be?
Yeah, I absolutely think so. This isn't one of those flash-in-the-pan seasons, I'm going to get paid and then sit on my ass. He's up and coming in the league. And honestly, I kind of hope that you saw at the beginning of the season, when the beginning of the offseason, when people were saying Kirill might go to the KHL, he might not, and then Bill Guerin jumped in as GM and said, whoa, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like, we're fine. We're talking. We're fine.
Yeah.
I hope that this is all one big publicity stunt to make, like, the biggest splash news in the media. Like, boom, Kirill's here. You know what I mean? He's not going to the K. But it was all, like, planned out, just genius marketing.
It's fucking working.
I hope, Yeah.
We've talked about it almost
all
every week.
All offseason, yeah. It's been nuts.
But why wouldn't you? He's one of the best players in the league.
Right.
Fucking, as a rookie, too. I mean, Calder Memorial that we're talking about, we're just like, dude, just give it to him. Like, midway through the season, we're just like, just give it Kirill. Like, no one's going to fucking beat him.
Yeah, for sure.
So, good news on all fronts with the signings that happened this week. I'm going to move on to Travis Zajac, who announced his retirement this week. He signed a one-day contract with the Devils to retire as a Devil. Zajac played 1,037 games, 203 career goals and 552 career points. Entering the league with the Devils back in 2006 and not leaving with the team until last season with that Zajac-Palmieri trade, was a player that could give you 14-plus goals a season, but more so stood out as a playmaker. He's not fully hanging up the skates, though. He's staying with the Devils organization in a player development role, which I think would be great for the organization and new players to learn from, both as a hockey veteran and also as a Devils veteran himself. How do you feel about that?
I love to see guys find a home with their home team, their organization, figuring out what they can do for their team and in the long term. It also helps players. A lot of the time, professional athletes across all sports finish playing and they're like, that's what I've done my whole life, day in, day out, was hockey, it was basketball, it was football, and now they have no purpose in life. I'm retired, I don't have anything to do, and they kind of get lost and don't really know what life is. And this is a huge, basically stepping stone. Hey, here's what it's like to have a career while still having your hands in the hockey pool. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it's awesome to see that.
Yeah, I think you saw a lot with Marty Brodeur taking the reins there in St. Louis Blues as the the back guy for goalie coaching, right?
I couldn't tell you,
but he stepped in and helped out. Fucking Marty Brodeur is a household name too in New Jersey, as Travis Zajac is. Sorry, but yeah, it's one of those plays that
Sound like you're gonna puke there for a second.
Fuck, almost. I don't know what that was. I was like, is this a burp? Oh, God. But yeah, man, veteran player. And again, veteran for the New Jersey Devils. I think he'll be a great mark for these new and upcoming players to look at and be like, oh, I know this guy. I grew up watching this guy on TV. A lot of respect coming from him, the organization. So expect to see maybe good players that he's going to teach throughout the few years that he's going to be a player development coach.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's move on to another topic here, which we kind of been. It's a thing. It is a thing that we kind of try to stay away from, but it's real life. We got COVID troubles here in the NHL.
And when we talk about this too, we're gonna try to stick to the facts of the stories. We're not gonna get into vaccination
bullshit,
and all picking a side, whatever. This is just the story, the headline. This is what it is.
Right. Exactly. So the Columbus Blue Jackets announced Zach Ronaldo will not attend the team's NHL training camp due to the fact he is not vaccinated. Ronaldo was sent down to the AHL affiliate Cleveland Monsters for their training camp that happens later this month. I couldn't find anything that said Ronaldo refused to get the vaccine. With that said, he might come back. We might see him back for the Columbus Blue Jackets when he gets it. This comes soon after the firing of Blue Jackets assistant coach Sylvain Lefebvre, who refused to get the vaccine. So this is how serious the NHL is getting with everything and teams in general. Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly stated that 98% of the players will be vaccinated, leaving 10 to 15 players unvaccinated among roughly 700 people on the 32 teams, which is nuts to me. So
it is crazy to have that close of a fully vaccinated group.
That's good.
I think the NFL is a lot more their players are a lot more vocal about I am or I'm not vaccinated and I'm going to jump through the hoops to stay unvaccinated or blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're much more vocal and opinionated about it, whereas the NHL is kind of setting the guidelines of this is what we're doing.
It. Yeah. And if you don't want to do it.
It's just different,
Right, exactly. Especially after the bubble and everything they went through last season. I think this is going to be hey,
and the other part of it, the NFL doesn't have to deal with the border, so that's probably part of why the NHL is so strict about it. We have to, we're a multi-international business, so we have to deal with the Canadian national border and operate as we need to.
Right.
So.
And as a different country, too, Canada has different rules and regulations, too, with COVID and everything.
I think they're a lot more strict right now than the U.S.
More strict, yep. Fully vaccinated players will have any COVID test treated as hockey injuries and still be paid, and unvaccinated players will have their movements restricted while on the road. Tyler Bertuzzi from the Detroit Red Wings refused to get vaccinated and will not travel to the 8 games in Canada this season. He will also forfeit $400,000 if he continues to decline the vaccine, which could be subjected to more money for more missed time, which is huge. So this is really just listen, we might keep you on the team, but you're gonna pay for it.
I think it's more not you're gonna pay for it. It's you're not playing these 8 games because you're not getting vaccinated. So we're taking 8 games out of the 82 out of your salary.
Okay,
We're not going to pay you for
right.
work that you're not doing,
Right, got
So I
it.
think that's the way that is. And I think where it says if he continues to decline, he could be subjected to more money for more missed time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if he comes up with a positive COVID test or some other stuff like that, they'll say, you missed these games because of it. We're not paying you for those either, kind of thing.
Right,
So,
right. Makes sense. And to end this off, Edmonton Oilers goaltender Alex Stalock is expected to miss the entire 2021-22 NHL season due to a heart condition he developed after contracting COVID-19 last season, which again goes with what we're talking about of how serious this is and how serious the NHL is taking this. The fact that you have a goalie here, Alex Stalock, that's developed a heart condition from COVID. I mean, you see this. You're kind of looking at this as like, damn, NHL's being really strict. But in a situation like this, you're being like, there's a reason why we're being this strict, because you now have a player in the league that's literally can't play all of next season.
yeah, and
We're
I'm
looking
seeing
at Alex Stalock.
Yeah, I'm seeing 38 games played last season. I thought I saw that he had like really serious side effects from the Delta variant last year. And I think that's part of his heart condition that was caused by COVID-19.
Gotcha.
But it sucks to see that, and I guess this is like the more serious side of it, for you know, a little more inside look at it,
Yeah, it's such a weird. Either people no side effects, or you have serious side effects, or you mean it like you just can't tell. And it's better to be safe than to force someone, not even just a player, but someone into a situation like this. And I think the NHL is doing a great job with what they're trying to do here. So you want to move on from this? Moving on, we got Kachina.
Yuck, dude. That was
Dude,
gross.
I don't know
That
what's going
noise
on.
you just made in
Fuck.
the mic. Ugh.
Billy, can you like beep that out, please? What is wrong with me? Kachina becomes the Arizona Coyotes' primary logo. Coyotes rebranded back in 2004 with the Howling Coyotes head from Kachina. The team is calling a complete rebrand and business transformation, starting with the logo. The Kachina logo is based on the ancestral spirits of the Pueblo people and depicted a hockey stick wielding coyote. Coming from an organization who will play their last year at Gia River Arena this season and is assumed to play 2022 season in Tempe, Arizona, makes for a brand new story for this organization. Arizona's arena proposal.
I'll jump into that.
You want
one.
to jump into that?
Yeah, so I'm going to do that in a sec. I think that the Kachina is the best logo in the league right now that's like active.
Right.
And I think that they're like the sharpest jerseys that they could make. The only thing I do think is that blue moon looking logo that they have for the alternate.
Yeah.
I think they should have kept the Howling Coyote on the shoulders. 'Cause I did like that
I like
logo.
the Harlan Coyote, sorry. Yep.
And that way it's still like in the mix. You didn't just like dump your old like that logo and get rid of it. Like
Right.
slap it on the shoulder. I think it looks nice, but
It was in the league for years, so
Yeah.
now it's kind of like just deleting it like it was nothing.
yeah, so they are not assumed to play 2022 season in Tempe. That actually just broke 2 days ago. So the $1.7 billion arena proposal for the city of Tempe, Arizona, will be for the Coyotes' home arena. Excuse me. The proposal process will take several months to even have an answer. The team told the Arizona Republic that the first phase of construction would be completed in 2025 at the earliest. First phase of construction being like the entire arena would be up then.
Right.
This being the case, where will they play next season? We don't really have an answer yet. We have a quote from Ed Dixon at Sports Pro Media. Quote, even if that comes to pass, a new arena would still be years from completion, meaning the Coyotes would need to find a temporary home. The franchise has already begun looking for potential destinations, stating that it was committed to stay in the East Valley region. The latest pushback on their 46-acre proposal in Tempe is that the arena is within 2 miles of Sky Harbor Airport, which is becoming an issue. And with them being that close to the airport, no fireworks or lasers will be allowed outside of the arena. You don't usually see that here,
Yeah.
but out that way, like I'm sure like the West Coast teams and stuff, they do that
Just
shit all the
do
time,
it,
you know.
yeah.
But I mean, fireworks aren't really a big thing in Boston, and it'd be weird outside of the Garden here.
Right.
And the other comparison that I saw made online was that the Arizona Cardinals built an arena, I don't quote me, but let's say 4 miles north of the airport, and there was a lot of pushback from the airport saying like it would interfere with operations and things like that, and they had to work around certain things. It's
What's up with the
entirely
airport?
true, because you can't. They're that close that it could fuck with things like the laser thing. If they didn't think of that, like if a laser hits an airplane, like it fucks with
Yeah,
like
fucks
the
with,
whole
like,
thing.
the-
Yeah,
yeah.
the pilots, everything. So there's a lot of things that they want to look at before. Basically, the airport's just saying this could be an issue. We need more information before we just approve this. You know what I mean? They're not saying no. They're just saying like we got to look at everything that we can think
Every aspect,
of.
yeah. Safety first.
So, but the earliest, even if this does pass, which would be 3 months from now, which is January, let's say ground breaks in February, March, the earliest it would be done would be 2025. So I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, you mentioned, I think a couple episodes ago about how San Jose came and played in Arizona. So maybe they'll repay the favor for a season there, but that's not like really that close to have like a home crowd, you know?
No. And at the time, it wasn't like, I don't know. I just don't know what they're going to do. How many arenas are there? Are they going to take like a college arena?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good idea. University of Arizona.
Yeah.
I bet they have a good, like not a huge like NHL bowl, but you could fill enough seats. The other option I was thinking was like maybe you could repurpose the Phoenix Suns arena and get, an arena done in there, turn it into an ice rink, kind of the way the Celtics and Bruins do. But
I'm sure more is going to come out because they have to find something. It's not like, hey, when you face Arizona, we're going to be playing street hockey instead of ice hockey.
Yeah, right.
So I'll be curious what they do. I mean, again, Arizona State University, they have that rink, but like you need like NHL.
Yeah,
it needs to be NHL regulation 1, 2, NHL size. You have to have good locker rooms for the teams coming in. You can't just like go into like these beer league ice arenas with like cracked ice and like no. Hingham has like there's this one part of the ice that like doesn't even have any locker rooms. You just get dressed outside.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully, we have something with the next few months or just some little jab that will be like, hey, we're planning on doing this.
You mentioned street hockey too. One of the coolest things I remember seeing, I forget what it was honestly, but they played a basketball game on I think it was college actually, maybe a tournament. They played basketball games on a battleship out in the middle of the ocean on like a fucking U.S. battleship. It was pretty cool. So I was like, that'd be kind of cool to see something like that, like an NHL game on like a fucking oil rigger out in Alaska, something like that.
That'd be cool as shit. The one thing I saw, I think it was soccer. No, it was tennis. Like it was like not like so you got like the land and then like there was like this for some reason like little like elevated island and they made a tennis court for it and I'm like. But there was no fences, so it's just like if you lost the ball, like you lost the ball. And to get over there, I'm like, I don't know how the hell you got over there. But it'd be funny to see how many lost balls. It'd be like, you ever see Clerks, the first one?
Yeah, all the street hockey balls.
Like when they're up on the roof and they lose the street hockey ball, like who's got the next ball? You want to get going with the next one?
Yeah, so we just broke down Pittsburgh a few weeks ago. Malkin and Crosby just came out. We knew Crosby was out for the first few months. Malkin will now be out for the first 2 months of the season as well. He announced he's going to be out after having knee surgery in the offseason. With that, he joins Crosby, who'll be out for the first 6 weeks of the season. 2 months is a lot of time to miss. Not one, but two star players. It'll be interesting to see how the Penguins play and who takes their spots. And if both can come back right away at 100% ready to go. A couple weeks ago, I mentioned how when one's out, the other one really steps their game up. Well, now you're fucked, missing both of them. And the Metropolitan Division is full of great teams like Columbus, the Islanders, Capitals, and Hurricanes. And this is definitely going to be a big blow to the team.
It's going to be a big blow. Wrist surgery for Crosby might be back a lot, but to come back full force after a leg surgery for Malkin, I think we're going to see him come back slow. And by the time both of them come back, I think you're going to be seeing Pittsburgh be very low on the totem pole for the Metropolitan Division, and I don't know what they're going to look like with the league. But
I think, honestly, too, when they come back, they might be gripping the stick a little too tight. Like, we need to make up some lost points, and that might hurt them in the long run.
Overthink, and then they fuck up, and we might be seeing a...
Maybe me putting Pittsburgh out and Philly in might work in my favor here.
I saw this and I'm like, damn, maybe our picks are off.
Mine's looking all right. We'll see though.
Because I was like, Crosby out 6 weeks, yeah, they can come back, and then Malkin out for like 2 months. I'm like, oh Jesus, this might change a few things. So, and then you have that whole Jari Casey to Smith thing. Jari definitely took the starting position over there, but it's I don't know. Like Jari's a good goalie, but I don't think he's a goalie where you can lose two of your top players and see Jari like stand on his goddamn head. So
no, and that's not like two of your top line players. It's like your best player on your first line and the best player on your second line too.
Right.
And two of your players on your top power play unit as well. So
right. So do you want to get going on this one? This is your pride and joy over here.
Yeah, so this was pretty cool to see. For any of you Spittin' Chicklets listeners, they work with Barstool, obviously. So this is the Barstool Hockey Cup. It's going to be in 2022. It was just announced. It's a week-long all-women's hockey tournament featuring Olympians and top-level athletes from the U.S., Canada, and Europe. This event will be held annually, and this year it'll be at the Northwell Health Ice Center on Long Island. And I don't know if any of you guys have heard of basically the drama that ended up going down between Erica Nardini, who's one of the CEOs of Barstool, and the NWHL. So now it's the PHF. So I think this is their way of going after them, the Pro Hockey Federation, Pro Hockey Federation, right?
Yeah, it's not Premier Hockey Federation.
Premier Hockey Federation, right? So that's formerly the NWHL. Barstool CEO Erica Nardini reached out to the NWHL last season or the season before to partner with them and help them grow the game for women. The NWHL executive said that they were on board and would get back to them. And then the league proceeded to publicly dust them, saying that they were misogynistic and not wishing to work with them. I think there were players that said this, like a few of them, and then the rest of the league was like, no, that's not the case. And Erica and Barstool now have their own event to try and grow the game for the women and expose them to a larger market. And I think it's really cool to see them like competing basically directly with them.
I do too.
And Barstool as a whole, yeah, they did have that past history of it, I guess. And with like the Barstool smoke shows and like all this other shit, it's kind of like a boys club thing. But Erica is really rebranding that and getting away from that. Barstool has now become the #1 piece of marketing in the world. Any brand that they pick up just fucking blows up. Like High Noon, Mamitas, like all these sponsorships. They're sponsoring C4. Like, if you can get sponsored by Barstool, your company's going to fucking make it, dude.
You're doing good.
People will buy it just because Barstool said it's good.
Barstool, so we play golf, or I started playing golf again. There's a golf store up the street here, and I went in there, and the first thing I saw when you walked in, Barstool has like their own golf thing going on. They had like their own golf section.
Yeah, the
right in front of the
foreplay pod,
store.
right?
It's insane. You could do anything. Like they have Saturdays are for the boys, like golf club, and just anything you can think of. Barstool, they're just blowing up.
And the shit's so expensive too, dude. It's nuts.
I did want to go back to what you're talking about too with NWHL and that whole debacle there. I didn't like that it fell on the players too. I feel like because it happened and you're just like, yeah, but like you're representing the whole National Women's Hockey League.
What do you mean it fell on the players? You're talking about like their opinions on Barstool?
Yeah. Because some of them came out and
were against it.
And then there were a few that are just like.
But the league, like executives, made this statement from the league on their behalf, saying
right,
this.
exactly.
Like, they kind of put words in the players' mouth.
Exactly,
you know?
which is what I didn't like at all, and it was so unfortunate for. It's
just bad for women's game
in general.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
just it didn't look good. You're an organization. National Women's Hockey League is an organization coming up. You're there to look good. You're there to get in fans and everything. And what you're doing
dude,
there was just.
Why wouldn't you partner with the fucking mammoth that is Barstool? Like
Sports.
They will blow your league up. Like
holy shit.
And I meant it in a good way, but like now you've dusted them publicly, they're gonna blow your league up in a bad way. Like you're done.
Like they're huge, and you just coming up shitting on like this absolute unit of. It didn't look good for National Women's Hockey League.
I understand their sentiment, but making a statement for the entire league like that, I didn't like
that. I didn't like that at all. It was no good. And to back up or to say what I want to say too is I didn't like that statement at all, but I'm in full support of the National Women's or now the Premier Hockey League. I love what women's hockey is becoming. It's growing to be this thing. There's two different leagues, National Women's Hockey League and there's another league that it's kind of coming up to, and now you have this Barstool too with all the women.
So this Barstool thing is actually just a 1-week tournament too. There's only 4 teams.
Right.
I don't think I said that.
Right. Yeah, it's an all-week thing. This is what I'm saying, though. Like, for Barstool to be, like, an all-week thing, you know how big it's going to blow up to with all the people, all the fans from Barstool? It's going to be, like, it's going to see, like, and I guarantee you it's going to be on YouTube. They're going to talk about it on any of the podcasts that they have, Spittin' Chicklets. So you're going to get another, like, huge group of fan base that's going to be like, ooh, women hockey? Let's check it out. So,
dude, one thing that pissed me off a lot, actually, the comments were fucking bullshit. When they made the post, I was like, this is fucking garbage, dude. All the fans, I'm like, you guys are fucking assholes.
Really?
The shit they were saying, dude, yeah. It's absurd. They're all like the top like comments. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me.
like, yeah, that's another reason why I don't like Barstool. I'm not a fan of Dave Portnoy.
I'm not either. It's kind of like a facade that he puts on, like the persona that he is, and that's what I don't like. But I get why he does it and why it works. Like, it is a shtick, and I think his fans understand that it's a shtick, and they just like, it's Dave being Dave.
It's working. I remember when Barstool became a thing, and it was a huge sports thing, and all the sports fans fucking loved it. They always put out like these funny memes. And I don't know if it's within like the year or 2 years or 3 years, but these Brads and Chads randomly like took over as the fan base for Barstool, and Barstool kind of just like, well, we have this fan base, let's appease them. And you're seeing like the Brads, Chads, their dads that can sue your dad for making fun of them. These dudes wearing fucking like calf socks, and that's what the fans you have. You like what you get, and you saw that in the comments. There's like these fucking like 15, 16-year-old kids. I don't know. And not to say I hate Barstool. I'm not a fan of the fan base. I'm not a fan of Dave Portnoy. But
I'm on the same board for the most part. Yeah.
Right.
Like I mostly agree with it. It's
a little aggressive. I like it. Yeah.
It's a little aggressive to get out there and say it.
Right.
But I totally see it, and I kind of agree. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. But yeah, it's good for women's hockey. I can't wait to. I actually can't wait to hear about it. And are they gonna show it at all, or is it just like a week thing? We might see this on.
Oh yeah, dude. Whenever
Sports.
Barstool does anything like this, it's all
You're gonna
blown
see it?
up. Yeah, you'll see it.
Good.
It won't be on like NBC Sports Network, obviously, because Barstool has their own media group. That's how they do it.
Right.
I think they have an actual full channel on Sling TV now.
Oh, that's good.
Like, it's just Barstool content 24/7.
Nice. So yeah, we'll definitely be seeing. I'll definitely write that on the list. Watch it or see any content for the week, and we can talk about it at the time comes. I'm sure there's plenty of European hockey, women's hockey players that we've never heard of that might blow up here.
Yeah, I wonder how they're going to do it. I don't think that they would do U.S., Canada, like West Europe, East Europe. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like divide up the 4 teams, but I don't know. It'd be cool to see. I would like to see them do like a full draft. I think that'd be cool. All the players like register, and then they have 4 women captains that draft their team. That'd be cool.
I like it. So what do we got here? Oh, do you want to start this?
Yeah, so Jack Eichel was actually stripped of his captaincy this week. Lost his captain spot in Buffalo, placed on the IR. What is going on?
I could tell you what's going on. Eichel saying, I want the fuck out of this organization. And, this came out, Buffalo brought this out like this was a huge slap on the wrist for Eichel. When I remember seeing this and telling you, as soon as you, I don't know if I sent you the information or you sent me the information, but I remember telling you just like, do you think Eichel even cares that he lost the C? He's trying to get out. But he's placed on IR. Or is it long-term IR or just IR?
Yeah, I mean, this all goes back to the conversation we had about his surgery. Like, this is the plan, this is the play, this is how it's going to go.
Yep.
So it's not really like Buffalo slapping him on the wrist. It's kind of like, we need that captaincy in the locker room. We need someone to be the voice of reason for the team. Never mind, like, whatever the fuck's going on with you and us. Like, someone has to be the captain and someone has to step up here. So we're going to need it. I think it's a mutual understanding. I think he's obviously still pissed at the organization for the way they're handling the surgery. And I think the other thing that's putting them in hot water is everyone knows that Eichel wants out. So no one is willing to trade a big enough piece to Buffalo for them to say, okay, he can come out. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they're kind of putting themselves in a pickle. And at the end of the day, Buffalo needs to just let him have the surgery like we said before. We're basically like repeating everything we said. I think that they took the C so they can give it to someone in the room that will be a voice of reason and help the team move forward.
I think this is where media made me hate it, is because like just the wording of it, where they're just like, Eichel is stripped of the C.
Yeah,
and
like, I get that, but that's what you call it. Like, what else would you call it?
I don't know.
He didn't
really step down.
Yeah, he didn't step down. He didn't give it up. It had to be taken from him.
Or Buffalo chooses, or it could be like Buffalo is choosing a different captain for this next season with Eichel out. They could
have made it like that. Yeah,
but instead you get this.
But that's not what happened. They didn't choose a new captain because Eichel's out. They said,
Eichel,
Eichel, we have to take your captaincy. You know.
Right. I don't know.
Clickbait though.
Clickbait. That's gonna be our. It's gonna be our clickbait little thing for YouTube.
Yeah. Eichel stripped to the butt cheeks, naked. Wait, what?
What happened? Sorry, say that again. Oh God, yes. I want to talk about this, and we're gonna talk about it. I showed you the video. You saw it. You liked it too.
So funny, dude. I love this guy.
Big YouTube guy over here. There's so many people that ask me, like, oh, have you ever seen this show? Nope, I haven't seen the show because I was born and raised on fucking YouTube, and that's all I watch. I don't even have fucking cable. Anyway, so...
Doesn't even have an electric bill.
I don't even have an electric bill, yeah. Hugo Agnefeld. Alnefeld. My bad. I've already fucked that up. Jesus. He's got a second mic'd up for the Tampa Bay Lightning dev camp. Goalie Hugo Alnefeld was mic'd up yet again for the dev camp. Hugo plays for the Syracuse Crunch in the AHL, averaging out at a .902 save percentage and 2.36 GAA, and seems to be an upcoming goalie for the NHL. He was mic'd up for the first time in 2 years and is still one of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube. Love the mic'd up videos. There's so many of them. I think I talked about Connor Ingram when he did it for Tampa Bay Lightning when he was playing for, I guess, the Tampa organization. You have Joey Decord, Mad Sogard, I think, from the Ottawa Senators. In the video, so he claims not to be funny. I still think like the Swedish accent just makes him funny. You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's sitting there in the second video. Dude, comes out like a fucking legend, too. He goes, what did he say? He goes, I'm Hugo. No, I'm still Hugo. I'm still a goalie. I still stop pucks. Fucking leg. He's like 6'3", big dude, Swedish accent. I don't know why he doesn't think it's funny. I think it's fucking hysterical. Like midway through, he's like got this like Borat accent just going on. But it's actually kind of funny to watch those videos because as a goalie, I mean, I got them mic'd up now. That's going on. I got a second video that I recorded that I'll be putting up on YouTube sometime soon. I just gotta edit it. But it's kind of funny throwing a mic on a goalie who's just do what you normally do. And I literally talk for the mic for content on YouTube. But if it was just me, no mic, no nothing, the shit that comes out of my mouth sometimes just keep the mentality of just being by myself all game and just like to keep myself in the game is almost like what comes out with these goalies, just like random shit. Like I probably be just like Borat voice, but like very nice shots, very nice, just random fucking shit. And it's just so funny to think that like, oh, I'm not the only fucking crazy one. Like there's guys in the professionals that do the exact same shit. And I think that's why it's so funny to me.
Yeah, goalies are fucked.
We're all fucked. We're all a little fucked in the
But
head.
one quick note, too. I'm not seeing any AHL games from him on HockeyDB. I see HV71 Jönköping, Swedish Hockey League. So I think he's playing over there. But he's still with Tampa.
I got him on Syracuse Crunch. That's why.
Yeah.
But, yeah, too fucking funny. I'll have both links to the first one from 2 years ago and second one down the links in the description on YouTube if anyone wants to check it out. Oh, too funny. I showed you. Actually, I didn't even show you. I think you're the one who sent it to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I already saw it, but it's just too fucking funny. I'm going to send, if you guys get on it, you're going to go down a rabbit hole because there's like 20 of them that you'll just watch over and over again. So to jump off from that little thing, I want to talk about crazy goalies and people being crazy and looking weird, but this Brandon Tanev Kraken photo that he took, how you feeling about this?
So he recreated his Pittsburgh photo, and when he was interviewed at the time about the Pittsburgh photo, he told the people, he's like, I actually saw a ghost. I think like he just saw how bad the photo was and was like, oh fuck, gotta come up with something good. He's like, I saw a ghost. So he ended up recreating the same photo for the Kraken, which was hilarious. It went viral, and then Kapanen on Pittsburgh actually did that for his photo too, which is hysterical. So it's kind of fucked. We have it at the bottom here for you, but it's hilarious too at the same time.
Dude, Tanev, that blew up.
Did you see his
last
tape
season,
job
didn't it?
at practice?
No, I never saw it.
His shins, dude. Oh man, I think
Chicklets
put that out too and said he's been fined the league maximum $5,000 for fucking taping his shins like this. There's like a spiral of tape around both legs, like so much tape.
Dude,
this guy's hilarious.
It's funny to see, but at the same time, like this guy's like a goalie in disguise that who's just playing out, just like the weird shit he does.
Yeah, either that or he's fucked.
Like what other player would just look at a camera and just be like,
makes no sense.
Just makes zero sense to me. Just I don't know. Good player though, so you can't really talk too much shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you have our last thing that we're going to talk about tonight.
Yeah, last hockey-related thing here. I found this on Instagram today. I thought it was really cool. Coach Jeremy has a challenge app. So on Instagram, he's at HowToHockey. He has an app now. It's a 10,000 shot challenge. His goal is to complete the 10,000 shot challenge before his men's league starts up on October 17th, giving him about 3 weeks to take.
So is this like alcohol shots?
Yeah,
What's
yep.
going on?
Yep.
We're going to be
so just like
up.
end up in the hospital. It's great. Yeah, so he's just shooting on a net in the basement. I'd like to do mine 100 shots a day for the next 100 days, but we'll see how that actually goes.
Yeah.
It's definitely hard to get outside more with the baby and everything.
Mm.
But if anyone else wants to check it out, hit up the App Store, Google Play Store, and type 10,000 shot challenge. It's actually really cool. You dial in like what you want to set your goal to. You can select how many of each type of shot you took, like wristers, snapshots, backhand, slap shots, and you could tell them exactly how many pucks you have that you're working with. And I think that would, I don't know what it does. I haven't really dove into it yet, but I just found it today. And like you could say, let's say I have 25 pucks. It would say, all right, let's do 25 wristers, snappers, slaps, or one day it's 50 backhands.
That's a lot, by the way.
It's a lot, dude. It's a good workout. And I mean, my forearms are going to be like fucking swoley diver by the time I'm done. 100 shots for 100 days. That's pretty cool.
But if you think about, like, I feel like the pros do it all the time. Think about Sidney Crosby
dude, they do
in his
more
basement.
than that.
Think about Sidney Crosby in his basement. The whole thing that he's like sitting at, shooting at the dryer, right?
Mhm.
Must have shot at least 200, 300 pucks to get to where he is today.
That's what kids do, though. Like when kids are really dedicated, they don't see it as work. They're just having fun and just fucking messing up mom's dryer.
Right?
Hilarious.
Just fucking up everything. And but at the same time, I feel like you're messing around, and two, I think you do get to a point where you're just like, what if I shot it this way? Would it be more accurate?
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of learn as you go while you're having fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when you get to our age, you're just like, all right, let's do this.
Or not, and you just sit on the couch like me all day.
Yeah, and then you watch NHL Network and be like, I'll do it tomorrow.
And you watch and be like, I would have made that goal. I would have saved that, you fat slob.
After fucking shitting your pants after that long Taco Bell fight.
Jesus.
So that's. I do want to actually. I'm. There's one thing I did want to talk about.
Go for it, bud. I'm gonna get a beer.
All right, cool. So, actually, there's two things we're gonna talk about. We'll save this one for last, but I am going. This is one of the reasons why I didn't say it, because I butcher so many fucking names on this podcast, and this is gonna be one that's gonna just. It's not gonna be pretty. It's just.
Is it Kotkaniemi again?
Nah, it's not Kotkaniemi. And sorry, I'm getting up the post now so I can do it. Here we go. Samuel, God, I'm gonna blow this. Samuel Asinaway, from On Deck.
It's probably a sent away.
It's probably we call it
Asinaway.
Asinaway or Asinaway. From On Deck Omni Conning, First Nation of Manitoulin Island, signed with the Flint Firebirds this week in the OHL. He joins a small list of natives in Canada playing hockey. Asinaway is actually from Little Current, Ontario, which I found out is a small-ass population of only 1,500 people, which is northeast of Ontario. I thought this would be cool to talk about because October 11th, that's coming up, is Indigenous Peoples Day here in the States.
Oh, nice.
I thought that was pretty cool. And then I was like, I wonder how many people are in the NHL right now are Indigenous. And there's a few in here that is like, ooh, interesting.
What's the total number? Do you have that or no?
Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8 people who are Indigenous.
Oh, that's it?
Yep.
So
8.
Ethan Bear.
Actually, he's not on the list for some reason.
What kind of Indigenous?
That's
weird.
Yeah, that's interesa I guess just...
What does it say? What's the list that you're looking at?
It's a list of current NHL players, or for a list of... Wait. Oh, no. This is just a current list of current NHL players who are native. Oh, it might have been not updated for Ethan Bear. Why the fuck isn't he in there?
I mean, he was there last season. I believe he played the year before, too. Not 100%, though.
Oh, interesting. Yep. Well, I fucked up. But yeah, to see some of these names though, it's pretty interesting. Like Jordan Tutu is not in the league now. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, so that's just an old list, I bet.
Just an old list, but yeah,
it's probably grown. They probably got at least 20 now. I would think
easily, which is cool. It's Carey Price.
Tutu was a fucking wrecking ball. Price is native. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's part of the Olcacho First Nation in Montreal. TJ Oshie, native.
Wow.
OJ Wabi. So there's like a bunch. Renee Bork, part of the Metis. So that's cool. It's cool seeing these indigenous kind of rising in here for hockey. It's cool to see hockey just in general kind of opening up to like...
What's that guy's name? Steven? Steven Asenaway?
Steven Asenaway.
Is it Steven? Sebastian?
Steven? Did I say Steve? It's Sam.
Sam.
It's Samuel Asenaway.
So yeah, if Samuel Asenaway wants to play on John Tortorella's team, he's going to really have to get his ass in the way of the pucks, you know? You like it?
I like it. I like where you went. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Something to add to everything going on with the NHL. It's becoming like a big thing to spread the game, man. You got Japan. You got
Tunisia too. We're gonna cover that next week, or
we'll cover that next week. I want more information on it, but Tunisia actually became the 82nd International Ice Hockey Federation member country.
So that's like the IIHF World Juniors and things like that. So there's now 82 with Tunisia. Those 82 teams have to qualify for basically what you see as the top 10 teams that play in the IIHF World Junior tournaments. You know?
Right. So I thought that was cool. I saw it literally, I think it was today. I saw it today. I didn't get much information on it. That's why we kind of took it out. But yeah, I do want to talk about it probably next week if there's more information that I could find. So yeah, yet again, we saw Japan. Japan a few years ago, I think they first started a hockey. They got into the IIHF or whatever. Got blown the fuck out, but it was cool to see. I can't remember what team they were facing. It was some team. I don't know if you're going to be quick enough, but it was cool to see they kind of got blown up. But at the end, all the players were just kind of going around, just like saying, you know, great job, guys. Keep sticking with the hockey, you know. And it was kind of funny to see Japan's like heads weren't even down. They were just like, this is an experience for us. We want to get better. This is. One way to get better is to lose, to fail, and thought that was great. Find anything on it at all?
No, I wasn't looking that up. Wow. Fuck you, don't care.
Okay, yeah.
Don't care.
I see.
Still don't care.
Don't care. Still don't care. Okay, yeah, but that's it for what we got going on. Again, I have...
yeah, that's who what I was looking up was Keiler Yamamoto played in the NHL. He was Japanese. Nailed it. He still is in the NHL. Fuck, my bad. That's cool.
Really?
Played 52 games for Edmonton. Keiler
Yamamoto.
His great-grandfather was Japanese.
Yep. Oh, no shit.
There was another one that I was thinking of, but I couldn't. Nabokov? Is he Japanese? No. No way he's Japanese. Whoops.
Did you just say Yevgeny Nabokov?
Yeah, there was a San
Russian?
Jose. There was a San Jose goalie that's Japanese, I believe. That was part Japanese. I can't think
I know who you're talking about.
It's not Nabokov, but it's like his partner at the time. But there was a San Jose Japanese goalie.
Yeah, but that's it for hockey news. Again, I did another mic'd up in Hingham this week, which I thought went well. Even though I was fucking dying, I switched the mic to it's more inside.
Did you put the windscreen on or no?
I put the windscreen on,
Okay.
so it should work. But this game, man, was just like, dude, I hated this. This was like B-level team dropped down a D just to like fuck with teams. It was like in my end the entire time. I'm like, dude, I hate this shit.
I, as a goalie, prefer that. Like, I'd rather be that guy than the guy at the other end that's getting a shutout with 7 saves.
I'm the same. I'm the same way, but at the same time, like,
why do that?
Why do that? Yeah. One, as a team, like, I enjoy like the shots and everything, but at the same time, like, I'll take all the shots, but at the same time, I need like a break or I'm gonna have a heart attack on the ice, you know. But it was like down my end, like.
But that's good training. I like that. That's endurance. Like this week at the 6 a.m. skate, I had 2 of the guys stay on with me and do a little burnout at the end.
Oh, nice.
You sent along like Dahan, I forget his first name, Dahan training videos, and I was watching his stuff and I tried to implement it in my game at like the pickup skate.
Oh,
and
yep.
I got scored on more than usual because I'm trying to change my game a bit. But it's the same thing with golf. When I show up and like you guys clown on me because I'm like, hold on, I'm working on something new, and I fucking chunk one to the right, and you're like, fuck you. And then I do my second one after my mulligan, and it's fucking striped down the middle, and you're like, oh, that's what you're trying to do? Yeah, no shit. But yeah, I was getting fucking dusted like high blocker side, but I was
Trying to figure it out. Yep.
implementing some of the new stuff and just trying to, make it part of my game every week now instead.
That's what I want to do. That's what I want to start doing. I'm very good from right to left, but my left to right is just so shit.
I noticed that too. I got to be more symmetrical.
Yeah. Like C cutting from right to left, I'm good, like real good. But from like left to right,
What do you mean? You don't C cut side to side. C cut's to go forward. Your right skate is strong C cut and your left skate's weak.
when I push from right to left, C
Like
cut
a
from
T
like
push.
side to side or T push.
T
whatever.
push, yeah.
Yeah, really good. But like again, I just shuffle. Like I've gotten to the point now where I'll just kind of shuffle. And I think what's fucked me up too is like seeing Tuukka Rask does the same thing where he'll be quick, like shuffle over there. I'm like, oh, if he could do it, I could do it. But I gotta.
Jesus.
I gotta.
That's not how life works.
I gotta switch that up. I gotta get better. Man.
Barry Bonds can hit
I gotta
bombs
bet
fucking 500 yards. So can I.
I was actually thinking about stopping goaltending. They're right here in Mass, and so many fucking AHL pros come up there to train. So
Yeah.
Since they're right there, I might see what's going on. Would you be interested in it?
Not stop it because I'm not ready for that, but I would do like a goalie clinic through like Mass Hockey League or something like that and start there.
Right.
Because you can get like the same training. It's just not one-on-one, not as personalized. And it's obviously a lot cheaper. You're with a big group of goalies. The shooters are there, et cetera, et cetera. Like, how do I explain it? Like, we're not trying to go anywhere, so we shouldn't go to the highest level training.
Right.
We can go get the training that we need and that we want from these other guys for less money. That's not to disparage Stop at Goaltending. They do an amazing fucking job, top of the line. Like, if you're looking to actually be a good-ass goaltender, that's where you would go. But we're fucking way past our prime. Like, I would just go to, personally, like you do you, I would go to like a regular goalie clinic and, work on my own things and figure out what I need from them.
Right. Stop at goaltending is just
Top of the line.
Dude, they started off. We had Peter Mandarino on here. I think I talk about Stinky Socks a lot. Stinky Socks worked with Stop at Goaltending years ago when they first started up. And they actually did a clinic for us with Stinky Socks. And I used to go up there in Andover with them every week. And at the time when they were just starting up, they didn't know what the hell they were doing. Like, it was just like, they had us all like kind of in a row, just stopping pucks. They wouldn't tell us like, "Oh, you're doing this right or wrong." And so I hated it at first, but over the years, like they figured it out. And now they're at the point now where we're seeing Joey DeCord, who we were just talking about at Stop at Goaltending, up getting trained to play in the professionals and stuff. So they've really gotten their shit together. That's why I kind of want to go back because I want to be like, "Oh, this is what you guys became, and this is like,
oh yeah,
the type of
that'd be
training
cool
you
then.
have."
I made a lot of cool connections through Mass Hockey League and like I think it was really just through them, but I met a lot of good goalie coaches that would also play in the league too. So they would be there, like see my games, play against me, and like have pointers for me and things that I could work on, and then I would see them at the goalie clinic too. We're gonna bring up your favorite goaltender again this week because I had a one-on-one session with Rick DiPietro's goalie coach.
No
once.
shit.
Yeah. He was like real old too. He was like 70 when he was training me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it was pretty cool because I was like, damn, you got Rick DiPietro to the NHL. Like maybe that could be me one day. Maybe I can make millions and sit on the couch.
Yeah, right. Just burnt out and injury prone, and 15-year contract with the Islanders. That'd be nice.
Sounds good to me.
You could do it.
Make more money than I make now.
Believe in yourself.
No, I'm fat, old, out of shape. Got a spawn to feed.
Yeah, man. So thankful hockey's coming back again. We have I don't know if we talked about this. Starting Sunday.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Oh, we talked about this already. So get ready. We got a lot of stuff to talk to. I guess coming up Friday when we talk. I feel like these preseasons though are just like throw all the fucking rookies in there and be like,
yeah, that's what it is, dude. You got to see who's making your third, fourth line. Obviously, your first two lines are set going into, for most teams, going into the season. It's good to get them in there for a little bit of game time decisions, but this is really time for your third and fourth line guys to step up and prove that they should be here and not down in the minors.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, it's good to watch that if you're interested in that. It's hard to find the preseason games on TV or, even online trying to find footage, but we'll see some cool highlights. We'll have some cool stuff for you guys next week, I'm sure. And the season will be kicking off in a couple weeks.
It's been great. As I said, again, I'm a YouTube guy. YouTube, all the teams have a YouTube channel. The majority of them do. And they've been excellent with being live on YouTube. I saw training camp for Detroit Red Wings this season, Vancouver Canucks.
And I think that's so cool because usually that's something that is open to the fans and people show up. And I'm sure COVID limits that, one, like as an arena and doing it, but two, as a fan, like I don't think I really want to go there and watch training camp and practice.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can through, YouTube and Instagram live stories, things like that. So
speaking about fans coming in, there's actually something I did want to talk about that was kind of funny that I didn't. Here we go. Let's see. So the title of this on NHL.com is Kraken hold their first practice of training camp in great atmosphere. It said the first fan arrived at 7:30 a.m. Thursday, about 2 hours before the Seattle Kraken appeared at the Kraken Community Iceplex. Sorry, we say that again. Kraken Community Iceplex, their brand new 3-sheet practice facility, which I thought was fucking cool. Mario Barille had a ticket and was guaranteed a seat. He goes, he said, I've been waiting almost 30 years to have a hockey team here. So you already having like fans who've been waiting years for a Seattle team to come in, which is good for a Kraken, man, to come in and be like, yeah, we already kind of seemingly have like a fan base here just waiting for a team, which is great. Sorry, what did they say? We wanted to get in. We're just hanging out to be part of the field. So these, like, you already have like an organization, a fan base for the Kraken that just wanted to come in. It's just kind of funny to see the story of because the way they have it worded in this, they have this water right now. If you want to see it.
wait, what? What are you showing me?
Oh, I thought you were looking it up.
Oh no.
You're looking something else up?
Something else up.
I thought it was just funny because the way they have it worded was they made it seem like it was just this one guy waiting for practice for 2 hours.
Yeah, right.
Where they're looking out, it's just like, I don't know, it's just like,
Well, that's how interviews are written. Like, it's about this one person, but there's other people there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's just kind of funny because it like the first thing I thought of when reading it was like, what's that weekend after Thanksgiving? Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like you see like millions of people at the door and then they open it and like they all scammer in. Well, think about the Seattle Kraken where they just like they open it and it's just that one guy. Be like, oh, I can't wait for this.
Oh fuck yeah! Gotta get to my seat.
I gotta get to my seat quick.
Yeah, so he's been waiting for professional hockey to be there. They have the Seattle Thunderbirds in the WHL out there, and I've heard that they actually get a pretty good crowd for that team. So that's pretty cool to see. That's a major junior hockey team.
I love that logo.
It's in Kent, Washington. Yeah, it's nice, dude.
That's sick.
Yeah, we'll chuck that up for you fans too.
Oh yeah. All right, so let's close it out. We had a great week. Great. Why do I always fuck up week? I said reek.
Red Rings.
Red Rings.
The Detroit Red Rings.
Red Rings.
I like that one, dude. You do it every time.
I have a speech impediment.
I've never called you out for it. No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Don't lie to the fans.
I'm just dumb. So hold on. I want to get into this. We ran out of nips for you, and
I got a shit ton of liquor to get rid of, so it's a good thing. Like, I didn't want to buy more nips. I'm like, well, we got all this stuff here. I'll just crush that.
No more nips, but we do have Ciroc in there, which is a lot better than most of the nips that you've had. I still think that is a double nip little shot glass.
No, dude, it's just tall. I'm gonna like go upstairs and get a beaker and measure out fucking 50 milliliters. You can't see it because my hand's in the way, but it's just skinny. It's skinny and tall.
All right. Well, we'll see when you shoot it.
Yeah, it's one shot, dude. 50 ml.
All right, man. Well, good episode 43. We'll see everyone for episode 44 next week with more hockey content for you guys.
Yeah, my mother got me this from Costa Maya, Mexico. Isn't that special? It's got avocado on it, bro.
Avocado.
All right, so I got Ciroc watermelon.
I have Dr. McGillicuddy's raw vanilla, so this is actually good.
This should be good too, though.
Cheers.
I don't like it.
Some watermelon you don't like? Really?
No.
That's delicious.
Watermelon can like be hit or miss though. I think it's like one of those flavors that like can be super artificial, and that really was, dude.
That was good.
It's like when it's super artificial, it tastes like the green part of the watermelon, not the pink part. You know what I mean? It's like it's still watermelon, but it's not. It's just the rind. That's all we had left.
It's technically the watermelon.
It's gross, dude. Don't like it. No, thank you. But that was definitely one nip because like the amount that filled my mouth.
It
what
just
we'll
looks
do?
weird.
I'll go upstairs. I'll fill this with water and pour it in here, and I'll show you.
All right, cool. All right, you call us out. I keep screwing up the call out.
All right. Let's turn on your listening ears here. Thanks, everyone, for listening. If there's anything you want to see us cover next episode, let us know. Our links are in the description, and we'll see you all next week.
You do it.
I do it every week. You try and do it.
I keep taking away your piece, man. You're just gonna leave? You're just gonna leave? Okay, man. Okay. All right.
Those of you that don't know, I'm still Hugo. I'm still from Sweden. And I still stop pucks.